Hello, this is Miss Love, and I will be showing you all how to create a basic croquis. So what you will need is a pencil. You can have a straight pencil or a mechanical pencil, and I like to use this large eraser. And you can get this from Dollar General or Walmart, anywhere. So, and also you will need an either 11 by 17 or 11 by 14 sheet of paper, which will be, you can use your sketchbook, or if you have 11 by 17 paper around, you can use that. So right now in front of me, I have my 11 by 17 paper, and I have it taped down with masking tape. So what we are going to do first, we are going to put lines at the top of the paper and at the bottom of the paper. And if you see any shaking, it is my little device that I have my phone on. So after you put the lines at the top and the bottom, we're going to move this up here. Then we are going to make a straight line. It is best for you to hold your pencil like this, so therefore when you draw, you'll have a lot of movement and there won't be any hard marks on your paper. So if you have to erase something, you can just erase it easily. So next, we are going to start with our head, and the head will be an egg shape. If you have the 9 Heads book, this will be perfect, because when you create your body, all you have to do is just create the shape. You have to use the shape of your head, like the head on your illustration, and measure. And it's supposed to be 9 heads from the head to the ankle of your croquis. If you are unfamiliar with croquis, it is basically a French term for fashion figure. So that is what it is called. So after you create your head, and like I said, it's going to be an egg shape, then you will create a line for your shoulder, a line for the bottom of the rib cage, a line for the top of your pelvis. And the easiest way for you to measure the space between your rib cage and your pelvis is to take your fist and position it in between where your rib cage and your pelvis sit on your body. And then the bottom of the pelvis. And then also we'll have to put an estimation for the knees and for the ankles. So you will have 6 lines. So once you get that pinpoint together, then you will create the shape of the rib cage. And this will be kind of like a trapezoid shape. Also, FYI, when you are doing women's croquis, remember that the pelvis is going to be wider than the top of the rib cage, because women have hips. And with men, the top of the rib cage is going to be wider than the pelvis, because have broad shoulders. So we're doing a female croquis. So it's going to look like that. After you get your the rib cage and the pelvis down packed, then you are going to create your legs. So we're starting with the thigh first, and this is basically going to be a cylinder shape. And so where we have estimated where our knees are going to be, we're going to put this ball right here. That's going to be our knees. And so what I like to do when I do my legs is just create the shape of the legs, calves, just create the shape. So therefore, if you have, when you have to trace it again, and you will have to trace it again, you won't have to worry about how the shape of the leg is. So we're gonna go ahead get that out the way. And so, like I said, right here, this is where our ankle is going to be. So you are going to create a triangle for the bottom of the feet. So now we have our rib cage, pelvis, and both of our legs. So now we have our arms. And what I like to do with arms is go ahead, create that shape. So I'll have a guide for my arms, and just like the legs, it's going to be a cylinder. And we're going to go ahead and do both sides of these. And just like with the knees, we're going to have this ball for our elbows. And then create bottom of our arms. So where the end of our arms are, this is going to, of course, be our wrist. And then we are going to create more trapezoid shapes, like a trapezoid and a triangle shape for our hands. So this top part is our palm. The bottom part represents our fingers. Now for the thumb, I'm just going to go through this slowly because it's kind of hard to explain, but I just do like a straight line and then bring it down and then do this little curve shape for the thumb. We're going to do it again on this side. Down, down, and then this curve. And then the last step is the neck. And so what I like to do is just kind of blend all of this together, kind of round it off. And then just blend it like so and create the shape of the arm. Bring in the hips. Connect the knees, and then of course we're going to close in what is our knees. And because we're doing female croquis, this is going to represent the front of the bust, and we are going to create our curves from there. Also, you will need a light box in order to transfer this. If you do not have a light box, then you can easily use the window and draw on there. So we're going to pause so I can get my light box. And then after that, we are going to finalize our croquis. Okay, so I have my light box on, and I have another sheet of clean paper on top. So we will be using our 0.05 micron pen as well as 0.03. So we are going to start with our 0.05 micron pen, and you are basically going to trace. Your croquis. And one thing that I forgot to do is shape the face, and then we are going to create our ears. So just kind of making a little pinpoint. We are going to use the 0.03, and instead of doing a full face, we are just gonna do a T shape for our face, which kind of gives a hint as to where the eyes and the nose and everything will be. So with this straight line, I'm going to follow and just create my ears on there. And with the ears, just do like a regular shape. And then just start tracing. And I am adding the necessary body parts that I need to add. And another thing that I like to do, I like to just make this panty shape. It's a way of kind of letting you know that this is the top of the pelvis, and you have, of course, your hips and your thighs connected, and then we are creating our legs, and we are on our feet. And so, after we turn off our light box, we have our finished croquis.